we are all doomed. We are doomed.
I mean, maybe, but there's
AI Drake and grown incredibly quickly, really, really fast.
cross-platform 1.3 million followers in 6 months.
So how do you balance your career here at Sirhan with social media?
How do you do that, Adrian Vazquez? Did you just met Kendall Jenner?
I did. I met Kendall Jenner.
How?
I'm
His
setting up little
systems.
baby Ryan eggs in so many surrogates.
Oh my God.
Because I'm nervous.
Oh, goodness.
Once I'm gone, I need the world to just have enough of
That's
me.
one way to end the podcast.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Business of Influence. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Switching things up just a little bit. We're thinking about who's the next influencer we're going to bring on. Our resident influencer, Adrian Vazquez.
Resident influencer. I like that.
That's the phrase? No, is that not what we call you?
No, but if Cody, if we can get that changed on the website, that'd be great.
I call him nepotism.
You call him nepotism?
Yeah.
That's not a nepo baby at all, though.
I don't think that actually makes sense. I think Adrian's actually worked really, really hard and is preached everything that he teaches and then did it himself, and it's been pretty cool to watch.
Damn, that was nice.
Was it?
Clip it. That was great. Yeah,
I'm
Right.
going to save that one forever.
Thank
But
you.
I mean, yeah, Adrian, you've been working on Ryan's social media for so long, and then you started focusing on yours. And how many followers do you have now?
Across platform, 1.3 million followers.
That's crazy. And how long?
So wait. Okay, so across platforms, Adrian now has 1.3 million followers.
in 6 months.
And that's what I was going to say, right? So this hasn't been a 10-year journey. You found a program that worked for you,
Yep.
right? Figured out who your audience was, kind of created that niche content, and then you've completely milked it and grown incredibly quickly, really, really fast.
Yeah, dude, I think just working for you for the last 5 years, I've got to
welcome.
experiment with you. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's try these things out with Ryan. And what didn't work, I just didn't incorporate in my content. And
Thanks so much.
I feel like that overnight success that took 5 years.
So walk us through, so for anybody that's watching this that doesn't also follow Adrian, go follow Adrian right now. But walk us through kind of the genesis, because it's not like you and I were speaking. You didn't say, hey, just I'm going to post something tomorrow and see if it works. Overnight one day, you had this really well-produced, cool vertical video of you finding trash and turning it into furniture. And it was oh, that's interesting. And then a million people said, oh, that's interesting.
Dude, well, honestly, now that I'm doing less editing and filming, I felt like I needed to do something to keep the tool sharp. And so I was I'm just going to make my own content. I'm not getting bored at work, but I'm just my days consist of meetings and creating thumbnails. I'm I just need to do something in the video space that's creative. And for me, I was if I'm going to do something, I'm going to find a format with something that is relatable. Everybody wants a cool apartment and doesn't want to pay for it. So I was how can I do these things? Or how can I find a format that incorporates that? And I also have a cheat code. I live in a massive rental building, so my building throws away a bunch of shit all the time.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they
your building must
organize it-
have tons of trash.
Tons of trash. And the turnover rate's pretty crazy. So there's always things, especially on trash days. And I've locked the format down. It's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays is trash day. And the 15th and the 30th, when people are moving out, is the best time to find finds. So
Yeah, because people leave shit in their apartment they don't like anymore, and then the building just gets rid of it, right?
Exactly. So that was the birth of that. And dude, it just started picking up. It's easy. And it's a good storytelling format. It's the hook is I found this. You're not going to believe what I do with it.
Who films it all?
Me.
You film it? On a
Film
tripod?
everything. I'm a tripod.
So you're just setting up tripods next to the trash? You're
Dude.
hold on, trash man, 1 second, I'm making a
Yeah.
video.
I want to hear the breakdown of the actual editing too. What are the tips that you would recommend? The timing.
Be dynamic, really. I mean, I can nerd out, dude.
Do it for
Nerd
30
out.
seconds. Go, tell us.
I think it's just, for me, it's I don't have my clips longer than 2 seconds. It's super dynamic. I make sure to have something very visual at the beginning that's interesting, along with a good verbal hook, so that there's interest. And it needs to be this is great, and you'll find out why at the end. I think me, again, a cheat code, working with you so long, is really understanding what these platforms want. My day job is analyzing the algorithm, and I've been able to use that for myself. All these platforms really give a fuck about is retention. In a landscape that's changed, TikTok was the short, quick stuff, but that's because Shorts wasn't around. Or Reels, no one really gave a shit about it. So ever since Shorts came out and Reels came out, TikTok's like, damn, okay, we have competition now. Let's figure out a way to like keep people on longer. So my videos are always purposely around a minute. So I could just I could just upload them to every platform and it felt native. And I think that was a good timing because TikTok's like, oh, well, this is longer content. People are staying longer. Let's reward him with more reach.
Yeah.
And I think it was just good timing on my part too.
Because you kind of came about right as TikTok was going from more like just random clips and trends.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like dancing and audio trends to storytelling.
It's storytelling. It's storytelling and understanding like why someone wants to stay. And again, it's like a good like, this is what I found and you're not gonna believe what I'm gonna do with this. So it's like, oh shit, like what is he gonna do with it? So you're forced to watch.
So how often do you make videos now?
On the weekends.
You make them on the weekend, but how often do you post? Once, twice a week?
Once, maybe twice a week.
Okay.
I think there's something beautiful about missing or wanting. It's like a supply and demand.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Well, I think you get like, no offense, but I think too much content is also a bad thing now. I feel like in a world where there's so much, I think there's something like, oh, damn, it's that time of the week. Like, is he going to drop something? I think that's also what's helping my content. There's not a lot of it.
Well, that goes back to the old YouTube days when YouTubers would say, I'm posting on Monday and Friday or something like that.
Exactly.
And they would stick to it. And also what you're saying about the long format content, it goes back to literally being a business. Like social media wants to be able to have people on there a long time so they can show them more ads.
Yeah, totally.
That's so cool that you're doing that.
Thanks, dude.
What's the difference between platforms then for you?
It's honestly, dude, the same, right? I
You
feel like
post the same video across platforms?
everything. Yeah. The only times that I won't is because shorts is still 60 seconds. And they're not going to go past that. I just don't, because what's the incentive? They want you to make longer videos. So they'll keep that 60-second. So all my videos are about, again, 60 seconds. Sometimes if I feel like there's a good enough story, I'll push it over, a minute and 20 for like TikTok and Reels. But for the most part, everything is the same.
Have you posted a video that was like 2 minutes or longer?
No.
I'm about to do that for the first time this week.
Interesting.
We'll see how it reacts.
Where's the most engagement for you?
Weirdly right now it's Reels. That's the last, or Instagram. That's the last platform I thought I'd find any success on. And that's my second biggest account right now.
And are they paying you from Reels or did that end for you?
That
too?
ended.
Yeah. Did you know that?
They ended once Zuckerberg went after TikTok and got him like up in front of Congress. He's like, I don't have to pay you people anymore. And he turned it off.
I know.
I don't know why I don't know why they care. Like, why does Instagram care if you make money? If all the other platforms do it, if it's what built YouTube, it's what's now kind of pushing TikTok along. Like, why even turn it off?
I don't think they care for that expense anymore. Now that they're like, why should we do this when we could just charge for Meta verified? Like
Let's talk about that.
Listen,
because I think we have different opinions on this.
You're gonna be surprised.
Let's hear it.
They're rolling out Meta verified, and everybody wants to be verified, so they're paying for this service. So that's how they're recouping that that money. And Instagram has that legacy or whatever. Like the people just know to go there. People still use it, so like they're not worried about it.
It's almost like the business card.
Yeah,
you go there, see it, like, who is this person? Should I hire them?
Yeah.
Should I date them?
Yeah.
If you're not on Instagram, all it means is it's not that you're not like social. It means that you have something to hide.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like when you see someone who's not on social, you're like, you're either 70 or like you did something bad to somebody at some point.
You're super suspicious.
Super suspicious.
Yeah,
super.
Would
suspicious.
you date someone that doesn't have social media?
No.
What about you? Well, I mean, you're married, but.
Yeah, Amelia, so she has social media, but she just doesn't use it.
She's more private, right?
Okay.
It kind of like you at least have to have it, even if you have like 4 posts up there, or you have to be over 70, like my mom.
Yeah.
She has an account, but like she doesn't. I don't even think she knows how to post there because she's 70 years old.
Even if you're not posting, you're at least just like seeing what everybody else
scrolling,
is doing.
like curious about what's out there.
Everyone's a little nosy, you know what I mean?
But you know what's interesting about your success then on Reels is Instagram is for. Originally built along with Facebook for following people. Like you follow people, like you can follow hashtags and things, but I don't know who does that. Follow people. TikTok is following interests, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy makes these videos about furniture. I want to follow that.
Yeah.
I'm not following, because you're not actually showing any other videos or posts on TikTok about like your kids, are you?
No, it's me and the furniture.
Strictly
Me and furniture.
Yeah, it's the trend that you've caught on to.
Yeah.
On Instagram, you could also post like a birthday photo, and it's also showing your life a little bit. So it's interesting that on Reels you're having the most engagement over something that most people find as an interest, not necessarily just the person.
Well, I also do things to like try to show my personality. I feel like now one of the biggest mistakes creators make is that they put it out there and they assume that they're going to fall in love with you. I still believe that you need to earn the right for your audience to like build a relationship or build something with you. And that's why like as I make the interest the highlight of my content, but like I'll make sure to sprinkle my personality whenever I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To build that long-term, connection with the audience.
So going back though, Meta verified, Twitter verified, paying for verification.
I did it.
Is it just the way the world now? It's like, listen, eventually it was going to cost money. It's too easy of a cash grab to not make it for everything. All the other the platforms are totally free anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you're the only one here who actually was verified before we could pay for it. Do you think?
Wait, you weren't verified?
No.
Oh.
Are you verified now?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm very much anti-paying for it.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point in it. It's like if everyone has it, then it makes it like less. So my question to you is, do you feel like your verification means less now?
I mean, sure. Like if you have something that's exclusive and then everyone has it for paying for it, it's like if you went to an Ivy League college and you have your diploma, but then if all you had to do is just, well, you paid the most for it, so you got one. Now all of a sudden my diploma is like, doesn't matter that I tried for mine. We now both have the same exact end result. And
I do agree. I paid for it like an idiot, but I have a good story.
Because it's not an idiot. I'll explain why.
I have a good story though.
Tell us.
I have a good reason for it. I didn't realize that the Reels bonuses ended. So part of the verification benefit was that you had this access to like a special customer service.
Sure.
Okay.
Because it was impossible to find otherwise.
Yes.
I couldn't find any answers. So I did it, paid for it, still couldn't get any goddamn response. And then I think Cody or Diego was like, oh yeah, they ended that in March.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well I got my answer.
Well, yeah,
At least I'm
it's so
verified.
annoying.
But also the platforms are also rewarding the channels that are now paying. Like
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
If I was Meta or I was TikTok, if you're paying me to be there, I am going to take care of you because you're a paying customer versus everyone else who's just there for free. And then we'll take care of the people who do really well with content and engagement. We'll push those people along.
I also feel like the verification, what it means, changed so much. Now it's more of like verifying you rather than making you more like a celebrity or an important figure on the platform.
Well, there used to be like you had to earn it. Now you can just buy it, which kind of waters down.
But
idea
then
of
think about
verification.
think about Facebook, OG. I don't think Andy was born yet at that time, but it originally was just if you went to an Ivy League school, you could be part of the Facebook. And then it was if you went to an Ivy plus a liberal arts, and then it was university. Now it's like if you have a cat, like, and now anybody can have. Same thing with Gmail.
Yeah.
Gmail initially, you could only get a Gmail account if you were exclusively invited by somebody else who had a Gmail account. So when he was starting, I was in college, and so I was like, "What is this Gmail?" They're like, "Dude, it's Google email." And if you didn't have Google Mail, you had your college email or you had Yahoo, Hotmail,
AOL.
right? Or AOL.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden Google had their own email. Dude, what's it? And it's like red and it's like got colors and it's kind of cool. And so you would actually try to hunt down who else had already been invited. And it was this like trickle effect. And so, and then now obviously everyone can have one. But at that point, it was also free storage for life. That was their hook. Like never pay for storage. Now, if you save emails for too long and stuff, you pay for storage. And people are they're like, okay, it is what it is. They get used to it.
That's a strategy that companies use. Obviously, they I feel like
to build an audience, right?
Yeah,
it's all
exactly.
about building audience.
Yeah.
Same thing with what Adrian's doing now, right? You're building an audience, you're building that community.
Yep.
You want to keep them engaged.
Yep.
But sooner than later, Adrian's going to have like
I have a plan.
a tire that is also a bed.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I'm going to have one of the greatest home goods e-commerce websites alive. I promise.
Okay.
I'm garnering an audience. I'm building the trust from my audience as I'm on this like design journey, but I'm going to have I'm going to compete with like, I don't want to say like IKEA. It's not a good one, but like a good one.
Like Restoration Hardware? No, that's furniture.
Like a more, like
Isn't there a store called Home Goods? Like American Home Goods, maybe?
something like
Tier one
that. But like
imports?
I just, as we live in this world where we spend more time at home, we spend more time looking at our home. We want it to be prettier, dude. And I have a theory that everything in your home is going to have a beautification option.
You could be like the liquid death for home goods.
Dude, I just spent $350 on 20 hangers. They're indestructible. but they're just
Wow,
so
he's
cool
doing
looking.
well.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
clearly, dude. Where's his money? What's
I'm gonna make a
happening
sick
here?
video for it. That's what it is.
Okay, it's a write-off.
Like the thing is like it withstands 30 feet of droppage and like 100-mile-an-hour winds, which is insane.
Where is your closet located?
Why do you live outside in a hurricane zone?
But that's the bit I'm gonna make. It's funny. You guys are gonna love this video. When it goes viral, I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Are you just like throw it at trucks and shit and drop it from this?
real.
Well, bro, I grow up poor, dude. I have the hangers like when you pull your shirt down, the fucking hanger just like rips in half. And I'm just like,
I
these
feel like
Dollar
that's
General
something.
hangers are no longer. Yeah.
Imagine your closet now. It's like, babe, our clothes are safe from the guilt force winds now.
Goodness gracious.
But what I'm saying is, if there's an option for a prettier fork or whatever, people are gonna buy it.
So talk to us then about brand deals now and how you see
Ooh.
them. So like you weren't doing brand deals when you weren't posting every single day, right?
No.
So what was the first brand experience you had? You're building, you're putting out videos, they're being watched by it was like 1 million views a video.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So what was the first one?
My building, my apartment building. I don't pay rent in my apartment building.
You don't?
I live in a luxury building. I don't pay rent for it.
Leave now. Does everyone that works with you know that?
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
you're gonna really like fuck me over.
Yeah.
And everyone's just gonna
sorry.
start making videos.
Sorry.
And like
I
no
mean-
one's gonna come to work anymore. Like, dude, just make videos with trash. You don't have to pay rent.
New York will finally be clean.
Yeah.
There'll be
There
no
you
trash.
go.
There you go.
Dude, you could be Adrian Ratzar.
Dude, I'm getting imposter accounts all the time. There's a guy in Brazil who does my exact thing. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. That means you're doing something well.
Wait, so
think
your
so.
building came to you and said, you want to work, you want to live here for free?
No, I came to them because my first video, it was like 1.3 million views. It was all about my building. And I sent it to them. I found their head of marketing, whatever. And I was like, hey, we need to work together.
Did I help you film that one?
You were the voice. Oh my God. Yeah, full circle. You were the voice.
That's crazy.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
We did it
So
right
you
here.
guys work together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it went super viral. I sent it to my building. They're like, all right, let's work something out. And so I have a deal where I post one main video about them a month and I don't pay rent.
Wow.
So that was a good one. And then Pinterest was
That's why you've been so happy.
I know.
He doesn't pay rent in New York.
You should use some of that money on a haircut, maybe.
Dude, you know what? It's funny. It's funny you say that. I'm not cutting it because I get more recognized with this hair.
I know. It's your brand.
It's so weird.
It's the
I
black
didn't.
shirt, the long hair, and the blue hat, and you have the hair over the forehead.
It's the rugged.
Dude, you're on brand right now.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you probably get recognized for your hair too.
Oh, because it's so gray?
Well, no, because it's so unique.
Oh, it's also gray, yeah. People recognize me from the back all the time.
What,
They
they see your butt?
No, my back. I do have a butt, but the back of my head is very,
Well, I
is very
recognize him.
gray.
I saw that episode of $1 Million Listing.
I'm sure you did.
Oh my gosh.
The back of my head is very gray.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. Where I want to get, and this is a good segue into this. I want to be invited to like brand trips. Did you guys see that Tarte? Well, at the start
They
of the
flew out all those people, right?
dude, at the start of the year, they sent out 29 influencers, all expenses paid, first class on Emirates.
Yeah, to Dubai, to like the Beyonce concert.
Dude, yes.
Like a-
all had a +1. So that's like 60 people.
Multi-million-dollar influencer event but what the company was what? Tarte?
Tarte, it's a makeup company. What's like the
Tell us more.
What's the art? I mean, it's a makeup company. They 29 influencers. One of them being Alex Earl. Can you believe he doesn't know who Alex Earl is? By the way,
How's that possible?
I'm like on a different part of the internet.
Although he
We'll talk
probably
about that
follows
later.
some people you and I don't follow.
Exactly. That's
probably.
it.
That's
okay.
probably true.
But anyway, some of like the
putting that
biggest influencers. I don't know, dude. Like a seat on first class Emirates from New York City to Dubai. That's like 22 grand a person, and there's two because there's a +1.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
It's
what's
crazy.
the RO? Like, is it worth it? Like, what
I
are
don't
the
know.
economics?
I feel like, listen, like if you look at New York City, for example, as a real estate comp, okay, like stores will rent out major retail spaces in Soho, West Broadway, or up on Madison. Most of the time, they're major loss leaders. Like they're not crushing it to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in rent. You got to sell a lot of foundation. You got to sell a lot of shoes. Except those stores do it because it is a brand flag. So something like that, they're probably not looking to make money today, but the brand ROI to them is like, okay, so we could spend $10 million on TV ads and we have no idea who sees them, who watches TV anymore. Or we could really, really engage with 29 amazing influencers who have captive audiences and at least start sprinkling the brand to them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're making $10 million worth of makeup sales the next day, but it became a viral moment.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, they just had another one and they had like again. I don't know if Alex Earl's on it, but Brianna Chicken Fry, this up and coming influencer, she was on it. Just a bunch of big names. I guess it does make sense because they're not paying the influencers anything. It's all like, and there's no requirement to post anything. It's more like, we'll take you on this sick trip. Just say you're with us. And I think it's the associative like side of it that the brands are interested in, right? I'm assuming.
Well, even
it's
when I
like,
get invited to stuff, like I just post just because I want them to invite me again. So it like makes it less of a transaction, more of a relationship.
Yeah.
Because obviously they like you enough to invite you somewhere, and then you want to like them.
Yeah.
Do you trust an influencer more than a celebrity? Alex Earl telling you to use this makeup, or Ryan Reynolds telling you to use Mint Mobile? Who do you trust more?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Oof. Because an influencer, they're paid to promote these things, right? Whereas like a celebrity, they have more like.
But not always. Like look at Emily Ratajkowski and Babe Rose.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not exactly sure the specifics of that deal when she did it, but I'm sure, she's incredibly smart. I'm sure there was an equity component to that as well. The same way Ryan Reynolds or The Rock or any of these other players with influence.
Got it.
Regardless of where you know them from.
Got it. Well, I think it's that too. It's like, they have ownership, so there's more at stake versus like this girl was just paid X amount to push something that she's not fully invested in. Whereas like Ryan Reynolds is like, oh, dude, like this is, I'm in it. I'm financially in it. So like, I'm going to promote it. One, because I own it and I trust the product.
Or do you think it's more like the honesty, right? That across social, like it's really hard to be successful on social if you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Like an actor, sometimes you just don't know. And so you almost trust the honesty of them. Like, are they really going to blow up like the whole thing they've ever known, which is just their ability to post on YouTube to promote something that sucks? Like, would they do that?
Okay, so I think that with an influencer, we as a community have the power to kind of cancel them because of cancel culture. With the celebrity, you can't really cancel them. So there's more at stake for them.
We talk about there's celebrities all the time that like got totally canceled out of movies.
Ellen got booted off her own show.
Dude, Ellen had to shut down her show. Amber
But not
Heard
because of a
had
bad
her little
product.
moment with Jonathan Majors right now.
Yeah.
Didn't even do anything. Someone made a false accusation against him. There's like video showing that like he didn't even do anything, but someone came after him, and because everyone's so afraid, they put it out there, and he was just removed from like everything.
Interesting.
That's a tough question. I don't know
Because
the
then
answer
it affects
to
the investment of the movie.
Yeah.
Right? Of like the blockbuster. Like, oh shit.
More at stake. There's way more at stake.
Dude, they had to reshoot that whole entire movie. Remember the one with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
When Kevin Spacey, the whole Me Too movement went down. They like reshot that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Williams. I can't remember what it was called, but someone, like, I think Christopher Plummer had to step in for the Kevin Spacey role and like reshoot half of it. Because they're like, oh, people aren't going to go to the movie now because they're not going to want to support him.
I always wonder how that works. Sorry, a little sidebar, but do you remember when Paul Walker died and
they use his brother.
They use his brother in like some CGI moments. Like I wonder how often that happens.
Yeah, that was like one of the most emotional endings for a movie I've seen in a long time.
I cried.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude, you should cry in one of your videos. Like if you make like the most beautiful bed sheets out of like rat hair or something that you find in the trash, you should just cry at how beautiful it is.
Okay. Well, when there's an apology.
Can you do a home tour of your own apartment and just show how much junk is now in your apartment? Everywhere.
I have. So that just shows that you don't watch my videos.
Well, it's not junk anymore. It becomes
I watched
art.
some of them.
Yeah, dude. My apartment's kind of cool. Just saying.
It is cool. I've actually been there. But I haven't been there since you updated it.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
The way that I look at it,
That's what I'm saying. There's probably a lot.
my muse right now is Spencer Shea from iCarly, like the iCarly home. Like that's my muse right now. I'm running with it. You know what? iCarly, is that too old for you? Too young for you?
It's way too young.
No, it's because it's like right in between because his daughter's not watching iCarly.
Yeah.
But iCarly's right MySpace.
How old are you?
31.
31.
But I have 2 kids, so I'm like 36.
Yeah. You do have 2 kids.
I turned 24, by the way.
You turned 24?
I did.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you just met Kendall Jenner.
I did. I met Kendall Jenner.
How?
At an event. And so...
what'd you say?
I was just like, hey, what's up? I was trying to play it cool. Come on. Because like I don't want Kendall Jenner to like remember me as a fan. So I was like, hey. And I just talked
to her. She would have remembered you anyway.
She's like, this is so cringe.
What was this event?
It was for a store that they're opening in Soho. We were not going to get free promotion.
Got
it. That's
right.
Nice. But they're opening and they had this like really cool, like, I'll just say Chanel was doing something with them.
Okay.
So Kate Moss came, Kendall Jenner went. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I got invited to that, like compared to these people, I'm nobody. And like I wanted to post about it, and they got free advertisement from my social media too. So like it was pretty cool.
So all you said to Kendall Jenner, you met her was, hey.
Hey, no, I asked her about the tequila. I was like, it's really good. Like I told her that I lived in Mexico. I try to be relatable.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, have you ever met any Kardashian
Have I?
or Jenner?
I don't think so, actually.
So let's talk about that, because that's a whole. That is, I think, the ideal business of influence. They literally created brand partner. Yeah, the Kardashians.
Never heard of them. No, I'm just
okay.
kidding. Yeah, no, of course, dude. They are the peak of like traditional media building legitimate businesses, dude. And I think you're going to see that spill over in influencers, dude.
So that's kind of like what you were talking about, what David Dobrik has done, for example. They start like the food brands and everything. Like you want to start a actual physical store. For us, it's selling homes. We do the social media game too.
It's going to be a product or service. Like Ryan's a good example of this. Like he started his own Reels, like a media-backed brokerage. Like if you didn't have an audience, like that's much of an uphill battle. You know what I mean? Like Ryan's in that category of like, you have an audience, let's build a business around it. You are the market at that point. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Wait, so let's go back to you. So your first brand deal was your building. So now you get free rent.
Yeah.
All right. So ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Do you have to pay tax on the free rent though?
I don't know how that works.
You
should probably look into that.
I definitely need to look into it.
You know, like politicians go to jail sometimes when they like don't like write on their taxes that they got like free security and free cars and free airplanes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, whenever
That's a
you
thing,
get products, you have to pay taxes on them.
Dude,
If they're over like $200, I think.
So much to learn.
You should totally look into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the second brand deal that's gonna pay for this tax bill?
Pinterest was nice.
Pinterest came to you?
Yeah, Pinterest came to me. They have a new app called Shuffles. It's like a collage type product. I don't think I could tell you how much it was. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything life changing. But the fact that Pinterest came to me was big.
Nice.
Yeah, and then a lot of like home stuff. Like there's brands. I have 2 managers now. I'm rep by a company called no big.
All right.
Viral Nation is my talent agency, and I have 2 guys who basically their job is to find me deals. And they get a 20%, which is a little higher than, but they're great. They're awesome. And
how's it been going since you signed up with them?
Super well. I get a consistent brand deals on a monthly basis, which is wild.
So it's super nice that they're helping you do all the like back type of stuff, all the documents, everything. So how do you balance your career here at Sirhan with social media?
How do you do that, Adrian Vazquez?
Dude, I don't publish a lot. I work on the weekends, dude. It's the job after the job. It's the thing that Ryan preaches, dude.
Why is everyone who works here with you so uncomfortable right now?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Everyone started looking at walls. They started looking up. Do you even show up here anymore?
I do. Too much, actually. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm balancing it as best as I can. You know what I mean? I'm like in this weird point where like I'm still here, but like I know that there's so much more, not potential. Whoa. There's much more that I can do.
Letter.
We've had a conversation about this.
Well, yeah, I mean, with social media, it opens up the opportunity, and they're endless. You can literally become a Kardashian.
Totally.
Like
you could become a Kardashian.
Yeah. Well, right now, when I'm working, I
see when I look at you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm really focused on just building out these products and just building out a product. So, like, I'm working on a handful of products. EBD, I'm excited. I'll send some to a couple of you guys. But it's exciting.
Let's talk about your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's another powerhouse right there.
From the windows to the wall, is that her name?
She just changed it. I just commissioned to change it.
She would do a rebrand?
Yeah.
As a human?
Because that's hard. That's long to type in. It's just a lot. It
is hard. Yeah. So what is it now?
Emma Wahlberger.
Is that her last name?
Emma Wall is her last name.
We added burger?
Wahlberger. You know, like Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does she work at Wahlburgers?
No, I just thought it was funny. So like Brianna Chicken Fry, like that's not her actual last name, and she's a megastar.
Sure.
And I was like, Emma Wall, like, add a burger to it. Emma Wahlberger.
Okay.
Right? I think
people might think that she works at Wahlburgers, though.
But that's good engagement. I think that's like a good comment. And that's another thing too, by the way, a little hint for content. Like I'm always sneaking in Prime because I know people love shitting on it. I'll sneak it in my shots or I'll put it in my refrigerator and I'll purposely like have my spray paint there. People just love like
hate.
No,
dude, I say words incorrectly. Like there's this like, I was talking about a house and I said like,
yeah, you misspell things because it just drives engagement because people love. They're like, oh, you misspelled can't.
Yeah. I do that all the time. But she's crushing it.
Do you think you guys are together because she understands social and is in the same kind of line of work as you are?
If I'm being honest, I teach her a lot. Like I felt like, cause she was, I mean, she knows this. If you're watching them, no, I'm kidding. No, she's great. I don't know. I really taught her a lot. Like I want her to, be independent. Like she loves the bestie thing at Empire State Building, but I think that I have a cheat code. I know what works on social. So she's doing this series, asking people their worst dates. Again, relatable. Everyone's had a date in their life.
Yeah, she does the woman on the street thing.
Yeah. And I think like the game plan for her is to come up with like a dating show or like a relationship-based podcast. Like,
so do you think, so it's interesting, the way you talk and talking about her, do you think most people are trying to build platforms on social so that it can take them somewhere else?
100%.
To like get off of social?
Not to necessarily get off of social, but to like build a product or a business or a service that is authentic to the audience you're creating. Like Emma Chamberlain's a great example of that. I feel like people appreciate evolution. They love seeing their creators excel in life. Emma Chamberlain's one of those people who used to post weekly or twice a week on YouTube, and now she rarely posts. And she's transitioned to a podcast, and it's the second most listened to podcast on Spotify.
After this one.
And she's building, and she's built a successful coffee company. Like she's a good example of like the evolution of a creator. Or even Logan Paul, dude. Like he never posts on YouTube anymore, but he's still making waves.
Because he's in the SmackDown of the WWF.
Yeah, and he's created a brand that's competing with Gatorade. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's sponsoring the UFC. Like that's crazy. The LA Dodgers. You know what I mean? And the people around him, Mike Malak, shout out to Mike Malak, just opened up his 1010 burger. Like for the last year and a half, he's had his like burger content, and now he's building something out of it.
Yeah, he's talked about that for a while.
Yeah. So like I think like that's where the evolution of creators. I mean, you posted that thing a while ago talking about how like creators are going to be the new millionaires. You know what I mean? I think that's true. Yeah. You're creating in the market.
Yeah, and they're definitely more, beneficial for brands, right?
Yeah.
Because they can all, why too? And we've seen this, and the same way like we do brand deals, right? Like we do brand deals here. I don't know, like we're finishing up one right now for what? For Adobe? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Adobe, because they can come to us, right? And say, hey, and here's the deliverables, you take care of it. And they know we make content as a job.
Yeah.
So we know that we can do it well, we can do it on time, we can edit it, we can do this, we can do that. You don't then have to like send the shit to somebody. It's like working with someone that doesn't know how to do this is much more difficult, even if they have a big platform, than working with people who really, really know how to do it.
Totally.
What do you guys think the evolution of social media will be? Because it seems that people are looking to make money outside of it now. Do you think eventually people just...
Well, now like the number one job prospect that most young people want is they want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Which like for better and for worse. But it's the brands and then the people that buy the product from the brands that are just feeding this never ending loop to push people to say, well, I was going to go to med school, but I could also do TikTok.
Yeah.
So I want to hear it because you have kids who are young.
Yeah.
The three of us lived in a world where there wasn't social media that ran everything.
Yeah,
How
what do
do
your kids want to be when they grow up?
Yeah, like how do they
Content
perceive
creators,
it?
streamers.
Really?
Like, why? For the money or for the actual fame, or what is it that drives them?
Because they love it. They currently enjoy it. They love video games, so they want to be video game streamers. It's like kids just know like the secret to happiness is just doing things you like. You know what I mean?
I think the internet did that.
We are all doomed. We are doomed.
I mean, maybe, but there's also a lot of people that, dude, this country's massive. This world's massive.
I know, but
There's
we are in population decline right now.
That's why Elon's having all these kids, or Nick Cannon, or both.
Dude, we need more people to have more kids. Otherwise, all your kids are just going to be content creators, and they're not going to like cure cancer. And then what are we going to do?
Yeah,
At least we'll have cool video game shows to watch.
Yeah, I think it's going to adapt. I think everything's going to be fine. Maybe I'm just delusional optimist, but I think we're going to be fine. I think that the world's going to adapt. I think as AI comes in, like everything's going to adapt to the way things are meant to be, I guess. Yeah. Real quick, speaking of AI, did you guys hear that new Drake song that dropped that isn't actually Drake?
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, on TikTok.
Dude, I have a theory that there is going to be the AI influencer.
Oh, for sure. They're going to bypass all of us.
Well, we
Dude.
have little Michaela, like,
Michaela, 2.8 million followers.
And she's not even real.
Not real.
and she's from like a long time ago too. Like she started like maybe like 5 years ago. I think she went to Coachella and posted a picture. And
Yeah. It's all AI generated. She's posting constantly. Like that is crazy.
Who's
dude.
behind
He
Michaela?
gets brand
though?
deals.
Yeah, she gets branded. And I don't know, which is wild, dude.
Who is behind Michaela?
I don't know.
We don't know. That's the thing. It's a secret.
Probably like
it's like
Bob,
Bitcoin.
some dude.
Yeah.
you know,
Maybe.
in Topeka.
So everyone says like, like you have to have the influencer look. Like, oh, I don't like taking pictures in front of the camera. I don't like to be that. Now
No,
you
but
don't
now with
have
AI,
to
you can be whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want on any device.
Yeah, dude. Well, sorry. Deep Tom Cruise, like deep fake Tom Cruise. That guy's crushing it.
Yeah.
Crushing it. Also, did you know he's the guy behind Chamberlain Coffee?
Is he?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. No, the deep fake Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise. No, the deep fake Tom Cruise. He owns a coffee manufacturing, whatever. He white labels coffee to like influencers, and he's the one who got Emma Chamberlain to do the Chamberlain Coffee.
Wow.
I just learned that today.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I think AI is gonna rule the world. Even like Lil Mayo, he's this rapper who he's like an alien on the internet, and he's making music.
It's crazy.
So
No, I definitely fake art. Like, what is the value of? Talk about verification.
yeah,
It's going to be if AI or machines can create beautiful art like NFTs, all this stuff. Then what is the value of the painting that someone actually had to go and paint for 10 hours or for 10 months on a canvas for the next generation? Are they even going to care? Is there such thing as provenance anymore? Or is all art just going to be devalued because the machines can make it at any time? People just aren't going to give a shit.
Well, I think it's going to make the human-made art more valuable because less people will be making it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a little bit of supply and demand there.
Yeah.
But whether it's models or influencers or artists or, the Drake song obviously sounds like Drake in The Weeknd. But then there's going to be new artists that have brand new voices that aren't going to be sued by Universal,
yeah,
who can come out that are going to make just as good music and maybe sound like your favorite rap and pop stars
yeah,
that people are going to listen to just as much because who gives a shit?
yeah.
Like, yeah, you like listening to Drake because the music's good, but like, do you really care? Like, you'll listen to good music all the time anyway. If your favorite AI artist can come out with a banger every 24 hours, like a new song every day before you go to the gym because they don't need to sit there and recuperate because it's just AI, I probably would listen to that. Like, I wouldn't be like, no, but I got to put Drake on while I'm at the gym and go download his newest album. No, because it's going to take him 6 months to 12 months to make a new album every time he makes one because he's a human being and it takes too long. AI Drake is going to do shit faster, probably better for however you want. Eventually, they're going to be able to create music based on how you feel.
Which that's crazy. So are you saying that there will be a world where I can have my own custom Drake songs? I can just tell AI, this is what I'm into currently. This is my favorite artist.
Dude,
make music around that.
We're in that world right now. And the problem is that no one has the musical ability to say, make me music like this. People just want things served up for them. So, but there are people who don't have the voice, right? So like the producers of the last 100 years are going to become like the AI generators of the next century. And they are going to be the ones who create the most followed bands. I actually think what's going to be crazier is people are going to go to physical concerts for musicians that aren't even there. So right now, people are showing up to stadiums around the country, right? For Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to Coachella. Oh my God, look who's here. Those are going to be like the way we see people going to, like, and I don't know, like concerts back in the 50s. You're going to go to concerts that are just going to be huge screens, and you're going to probably put on the Apple goggles that are going to come out here any day now, right? That we've been reading about. And you're going to be like, okay, there's Michaela's coming out. Awesome. And she's going to do shit you've never seen online, but because you're going to be obsessed with her. And then there's going to be AI porn that's going to look identical to real people, right? And then talk about population decline. Testosterone is going to go away and we're all going to fucking die.
All right, well, this has become a little dark.
That's one way.
Dude, Rome fell, so will we.
That's one way to end the podcast.
But it's true. It's what's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen. And then, once the AI becomes like sentient, and then all it takes is like just one little button, you know, and there's
Boom.
like nuclear war out there. And what do they care? They fucking exist in the cloud. How annoying are we? We're like little disease, like the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, they looked at human beings. It's like you're like a disease. You're like bugs. You multiply and you like crawl, and they're just trying to cleanse us out. Like that's gonna happen.
I feel
but
like
at
the
least
UN
you
will
have a
step in or
free
something.
apartment.
I have a free
Yeah.
apartment. All right.
No,
Well-
but to answer that, it's like I think just like in the world, it's not acceptable to clone human beings. I think there's going to be a larger
they can do it
organization.
now.
They
You know what's
can,
crazy?
but they're not doing it because
Dude,
it's
I was with
immoral.
a Harvard ER doctor the other day, and I don't think I really fully knew that you can actually clone humans today. Just
Mm-hmm.
doctors aren't because of
Unethical?
because of the ethics.
Yeah.
But like the technology's been
It's
done
there, yeah.
for a while.
I mean,
if you
yeah.
want it, but now here's the difference. This isn't like Total Recall. Like I can't
Like
clone
copy,
you so that you show up
reborn.
tomorrow, right? I can clone you perfectly, and then you'll be born in
Born
9
again.
months, and it'll grow up looking exactly like you.
Yeah.
Right. And it'll be you all the way through. And then, but you could be raised somewhere else. Maybe you'll grow up differently. But like that exists now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But there-
I'm
is
setting up little baby
systems.
Ryan eggs in so many surrogates.
Oh my God.
Because I'm nervous.
Oh,
like
goodness.
once I'm gone, I need the world to like just have enough of me and have them everywhere. And all of a sudden, these little Ryans just start growing.
That's
You've
my
seen Little
around
Shop
the
of
world.
Horrors.
That's my nightmare,
Little
dude.
Shop of Horrors. Have you seen that?
Yeah, with the plant that
Yes,
eats the people.
Yeah, at the end, it's like, oh, and then they cut the plant, and then
All the
everyone
baby
gets-
plants.
Yeah, that's literally who you want to be.
Kind of. I don't
Little
want
Shop
to
of
eat
Horrors is a good
anyone.
musical.
That's
Yeah.
that's my nightmare, dude. More Ryans.
But eventually that's going to happen. You saw that movie, The Island? Right?
No.
Have you seen The Island
No,
with
I don't
Scarlett
think so.
Johansson and Ewan McGregor?
Oh, it's an
I
old
love
movie,
her.
right?
Yeah, old.
Okay.
Not like an oldie, but it's older, where wealthy people can clone themselves. You grow in a facility and you harvest that clone's organs for when like your kidney goes out. You're like, good, I got a guy,
okay.
right? And that's what they do. They harvest the organs
Oh
of
my
the clones.
God.
I would 100% do that.
Real quick, it's 4:00. Do you want
Oh,
to?
it is 4.
You wanna
oh
wrap it
shit,
up?
I have to go. I have to go back to work. Go watch The Island, all the movies we just talked about. Thank you for watching this podcast. I know it was a little weird. We just wanted to do things a little bit differently. Thanks for welcoming Adrian Vazquez. Go follow him online as he turns trash into treasure. And this is Andy Cleric, and he works here with me, and we sell real estate. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.